high knees, point your toes, reach your knees up to your chest, and keep your head pulled up towards the ceiling. Suck in your tummy. And stand on one foot. Find balance here. Suck your tummy in, squeeze your glutes, your bum. Push your foot into the floor and try to shoot your head up to the ceiling. When you found balance, you can reach up your hands and hold for 3, 2, 1, other side. Suck your tummy in, squeeze your glutes, shoot your foot through the floor and your head to the ceiling, and reach up. And back to high knees. And kick your butt. Pull your tummy in. Don't let yourself pop out right here. Let your tummy in. And we're gonna squat. So feet are a little more than hip width apart. Squat and exhale, jump up and point your toes. Pull your tummy in. 3, 2, 1. Palms of your hands go underneath the balls of your feet. If you can bend your knees here as much as you need to. Squat and straighten just to your point of comfort. Squat and straighten. Squat and straighten. For 3, 2, 1. Big wide sumo squat. So wide legs, hands on your knees. One shoulder turns into the center and look over your other shoulder. And switch. And switch. And switch. Squat down on one foot. If you can have your standing foot be flat, that's great. If not, up on your toes is totally fine. Flex and point your straight leg. Toes. Flex and point. Flex and point. Now if you want, you can walk yourself over, or you can do no hands to your other foot. Flex and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. Flex. Put your booty up in the air. We're gonna walk ourselves into downward dog. So here we're gonna curl our tailbone up to the sky. Or arch our tailbone up to the sky. And we're gonna kick our leg up into an open split so our hips are facing the wall beside us. And we're gonna do tiny little pulses. So tiny little movements up to the ceiling. Up, 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 up. And you're gonna make your hips so they're like headlights facing the floor, so we're squaring our hips. And we're gonna kick without letting our hips change position. So they're looking at the floor the whole time. 3, 2, 1. Other side, big wide open split. So hips face the wall beside you. And we're gonna pulse here. Tiny little movements up to the sky. Pulse, pulse. Up, 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 up. Hips look like headlights at the ground. Squaring your hips and kick. Kick, keeping that square hip position. Kick. For 3, 2, 1. Now from our down dog position, I'm gonna turn this way so you guys can see more what I'm doing. This way. I'm gonna cross, starting with our right leg. I'm gonna cross my right leg in front of my left. My left leg is gonna twist and bend, and I'm going to extend my right leg. My left leg's gonna bend. I'm extending my right leg out, straight in front of me. Well, sort of. I'm gonna find my side plank position here, right? So, shoulders stacked over elbow, over wrist. I'm pulling my belly in. My hips are sort of in line with my shoulders. here. If it's uncomfortable for your wrist to be up on your hand, you can come down to your elbow. Side plank position here. Now, starting from this position with my arm overhead, I'm going to reach like I'm trying to draw on the wall a rainbow. I'm gonna fold at my hips so my butt sticks out behind me and sort of towards the floor, but I'm not gonna let it touch the floor. And I'm gonna reach out in front of me like I'm trying to reach something that's far away. And then I'm going to extend out, reach my hand above my head, and look up at the ceiling. Yeah? And again, reach in front of me, extend, really trying to stretch through this oblique, pushing up through my shoulder, extend, and look up at the ceiling. So we're gonna do 3 of these. 3. 2. 1. And switch sides, going through your downward dog. So this time my left leg crosses over my right leg bends and rotates. I slide into that side plank position. Reach. I like to think that there's something I'm trying to catch, always just out of reach of my hand. 2. 1. Good. Back into downward dog. Right foot comes forward in between my hands. My hands come to my knee. I'm sinking down but not falling into it, right? So my hips are parallel. I'm squeezing my butt and trying to curl under into a posterior tilt, although it's not really gonna happen. Now I'm gonna not move my pelvis as much as I can, keep it still as I bend my bottom leg towards the ground, but don't let it touch. Reach and push my heel back to the wall behind me, extending my leg, and bend. For 3, 2, pulling my belly in, 1. Left or opposite hand to opposite foot, reach up towards the ceiling, and look up at the sky. And switch hands. Same hand to same foot, front leg straightens, externally rotating my back leg so my toes are pointing the wall beside me that I'm now looking at. Reach up and look up at the sky. Good. Back down to my lunge. Take my front leg behind me into my plank. Push my heels back towards the wall. Pull my belly button in towards my spine. And put my opposite leg forward. Hands come to my knee. Sinking down, but not letting my hips become unparalleled. Squeezing my glutes and just thinking about curling into my posterior tilt of my pelvis. Push my heels to the back wall behind me. Without moving my pelvis, I'm gonna bend my leg and straighten. So this movement is isolated to my leg and straighten. Really extending at the top. For 3, 2, 1. Opposite hand to opposite foot in front of me. Reach up to the ceiling. Look. Gaze going beyond your hand. Same hand to front foot. Externally rotate my legs so my toes are pointing the other wall beside me that I'm now looking at. Reach up and look up at the ceiling. Down. Plank. Now I'm going to find my plank position here, and I'm going to lower myself down, squeezing my elbows towards my body as slowly as I can. If I need to come to my knees here, that's totally fine. Lowering down slowly, slowly, slowly. From here, I'm going to grab the floor with my hands and pull myself into an arch. Just a little arch. Just in the upper back. I'm going to release my hands, keeping as much height as I can. And I'm going to look at my left foot. And I'm going to look at my right foot. One more time. To each foot. And push up into a deeper arch. Whatever feels good to you here. Now I'm going to let my arms go again and stay up as high as I can. Ooh. And lower down. You still see me there? Yeah, you can. Now I'm going to lift my head, thinking of extending, keeping my feet on the floor. If you can, if this is easy for you, you can bring your arms up overhead and reach above you. Of course, that is not easy for me. We're going to do 2 more of these. 2, 1, and push back into a little ball. Then I'm going to go back into my cobra and back into a ball. One more time into my cobra and swing my legs in front of me. Go this way. Here, if you need a book or a block under your butt, that's totally fine. I'm in my open pike, so my head is being pulled up towards the ceiling and my legs are super straight, toes are pointed. From here, without changing this position, so without sinking back or curling down, I'm going to lift one leg up, keeping it super straight. And I'm going to put it back down. And do that same leg. 3, 2, 1, other side. Lift it up and put it down. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to reach down and touch my toes into my closed pike. Reach up to the sky in my open pike. Close to my toes, open to the sky. Close to my toes, open to the sky. One more time. Now I'm going to come into a little ball. We're not squeezing here, we're pretty open. I'm going to roll back, so make sure there's nothing behind you. And I'm going to come up and I'm not going to touch my toes to the ground. Roll back onto my upper back, come up, don't touch my toes. 3, 2, last one. At the top, we hold it and reach our toes up to the ceiling. Good. And I'm gonna lay down in a big X, and then I'm gonna curl up into my tiny ball. Big X, tiny ball. Big X, tiny ball. One more time. When you come into your tiny ball, you're squeezing, pulling your belly button in towards your back. Now we're gonna stand up tall. We're gonna do some arm circles. Now these arm circles I learned from the lovely Sonia Smith, and I just think they're the greatest thing. So we're gonna touch our shoulders. We're gonna wipe like we're trying to get all that nice sweat off of our armpits. Down and circle, leading with our pinkies, our arms around. Touch your shoulders, wipe your armpits, circle around. Touch your shoulders, wipe your armpits, shoot your hands to the floor, circle around. Touch your shoulders, wipe your armpits, circle around. One more time, touch your shoulders, wipe your armpits, circle around. And now we're gonna circle our arms the other way. We're gonna pull up our pants. We're gonna like pull, like we're pulling something out of our armpits that doesn't wanna let our hands go. There's tension. And we're gonna spill the beans and articulate our fingers. Circle the arms, pull up your pants, pull something out of your armpits, and at the very last minute, spill the beans and articulate your fingers. Circle, pull up your pants, pull and spill the beans. Circle around, pull up your pants, pull something out of your armpits, and spill the beans. 2 more times. Good. Now we're gonna have our hands by our hips. And we're gonna have tension in our arms so we're strong, right? Pulling our belly button in, squeezing our booty a little bit. Yeah. We're gonna flick our fingers like we're trying to get something icky, sticky, gooey off of our hands. So there's energy in our fingers. Flick, 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 all the way up. And then we're gonna squeeze like we're squeezing, not an easy lemon, but a difficult lemon. We're trying to get the last bit of juice out of that lemon. All the way down. 2 more times. Flick, flick, flick. Get that sap or whatever it is that you're picturing off of your fingers. And squeeze, 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 squeeze. And we are articulating our fingers as we squeeze. 1 more time. Flick, 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 flick. Remember staying strong in your stance in your body. Squeeze, squeeze, all the way down. Fabulous. Shake it out. And hopefully you are all warm and ready to go in the air.